Woohoo! That is steep. Okay, that looks scary. Hello guys and welcome back to another video. As you can see, it's another dark morning. Kind of the theme of this time of the year. Gotta be up early before light comes out and yeah, to get riding in at this time of year in Sweden. So once again going to Gothenburg. It's gonna be a theme like yeah, for probably the rest of the year and maybe like up until the bike park starts opening again. And yeah, although it's Gothenburg again, it's a whole new spot again, this time Mölnlycke. And yeah, it shows once again how awesome Gothenburg is for riding, because there's so many spots. So Mölnlycke has 3 trails that I do want to hit. They're the 3 black ones. They're called Bobba, fett, hövding, and King of Bongo. They're kind of like famous somewhat, these trails, for being a bit gnarly, being really cool. But I've never been there. I've never ridden the trails. I've never seen the trails in real life. So I can't remember when, but I remember once I was like watching footage on YouTube of some spot, and I was like, well, sure, that looks fine. And then you get to it in real life and it's like, no, there's no way I'm riding this. So ever since then I've been very hesitant to say too much before actually seeing it myself. But the goal is to try to hit those 3 trails today, at least most of the features. Not promising that I will be able to do all of them, but maybe some. Gonna be riding with Thomas or Svanis and Richard Salty, or Salty. Sorry, Richard, if I'm not pronouncing your second name right. You'll have to let me know how you say it actually. But both of them have a YouTube channel. We'll link both of them in the description. Be sure to check them out and their perspective as well. But with that being said, let's jump into the riding. Okay, starting off blue is Vakttornet. Shouldn't be so much here, but all of this is fine, so. And it's the first one, so we'll take it a little bit easy. I don't know if it's meant to be a drop or if it's just a roll, but whatever I did was definitely the wrong thing. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna do a red now, called it the Ravinen. Looks a bit gnarly in places. Yep. that was a really cool section. That was a lot of fun actually. Okay, so from the ravine we're doing Sekatören, which is a blue trail. But these views have been pretty gnarly so far, so. Okay, lost the line for there. Okay, now it's time for a red called Doodil. Following my trek friends. This one has a feature that we're gonna probably stop and have a look at because it looks from the picture it looks really tricky. Huh. Okay, yeah. Fy fan! Okay, this was scary, but we did it, both of us. That was a mental challenge. I'm gonna pick. I don't know how that looks on camera, but that's pretty off camera. Okay, that looks scary. I try right now called Blåbärshunden. Kind of translate to blueberry hound. Don't know why or name doesn't really make sense to me. Oh. Okay, I was not ready for that being a drop, so I'm not too keen on this actually. Time for another red. Kvarg or the eye. I don't know how to translate kvarg, but it's kind of like the yogurt protein thing. Okay. Sick. no grip. Nice. Okay, that thing doesn't look like anything in this weather, or like from the GoPro. I know that for sure, but it's off camber and a million roots into it, so it's actually really sketchy in this weather. Okay. Okay, Woodpecker for space now. Just had some lunch, so first run after lunch. Okay, that's not the line exactly, but it works. Okay, what the... Okay. Okay, so that drop was not part of Woodpecker. Okay. Woohoo! Oh, that's steep. Okay, so it might not look bad on the GoPro, but this is what we just rode down, and there's Richard for scale as well. Okay, so this is one of the features that we're gonna skip. It's 2 big gap jumps that we're skipping on this one. Partly, well, okay, I should not make any excuses. I probably wouldn't have done it even if it was nice and dry, to be honest. Once again, maybe not looking too bad on the GoPro, but it's super steep and lippy, and yeah, I just lack the confidence when it comes to jumping. No problem admitting that, to do a jump like that. Ja, men det här känns lugnt. Okay, it was going well until I bounced the pedal after I went and did it. Well, the actual drop itself was fine. It was just that I bounced off or something at the end. This is the second gap jump that we're also skipping. Gonna do the rest of the trail. Okay. Nice. Sorry. Oh. I that is steep. Just gonna make sure everyone else gets down. Whew. Oh. Okay, that was a close call. Oh. Luckily I'm part of the flats gang. If I had clipless there, I think I would have eaten it. Okay. As you probably see, it's getting really dark, so we're down. So, as you could see in the last clip, it was getting too dark. So, you might be wondering, kind of, where is King of Bongo? And, well, simply, it got too dark to do that, or have time for it. Basically, what you will not have seen in the video is a lot of walking, back and forth, and basically, on trail forks, there's, yeah, the trails are marked out obviously, but there's also a lot of different paths and things going, yeah, that aren't marked out on trail forks. So basically that meant a lot of going the wrong way. I was kind of like the travel leader and tried to navigate the best to my abilities with trail forks, but sometimes, or a few times, I got it wrong, which meant that we had to go back and so on. So unfortunately we didn't quite have the time to do all the trails that we had planned for. So, since King of Bongo was the gnarliest one, that's the one that we, yeah, kept for the longest, and simply, at the end, we didn't have time for it. Still did most of what we had planned for, did we did all the feature of Fiat hövding, the first black one. Although we did stop and go a lot. Just gonna hold it like this because it's my arm is getting too tired to just holding it up by holding it up. So we did that. We did all the features there, but we did stop and go and like did run-ins on like the gap drop, for example. So although we did all the features, we did stop and so on and so forth. And on Bobba Fett, I did everything except the 2 gap jumps. Like I said, there's it's just a mental block. Like I've always said, jumping is my biggest struggle, the one thing that I tend to struggle with the most. So did everything except the gap jumps there. So still happy with that, because some of those rolls, for the roll at the start, for example, is really gnarly. The drop is kind of sketchy. And the 2 really steep rolls at the end as well, they caught me off guard actually by how steep they were. And yeah, even some of the reds had some pretty tricky features. So a lot of fun, but definitely a challenge. And I'm still really happy with what I did, or the things that I did. And King of Bongos just gonna have to wait for another day. And there's an entire area, like we did maybe half of the trails, but there's one area here like that we didn't touch at all. So I think if I go here once more, I will have a full day of riding without doing a single trail that I did today. So a lot of trails and a lot of good ones. I think they're gonna be especially enjoyable in the dry in the summer when the grip is there, and it's not just wet roots, leaves and everything trying to take you out every single turn and so on. But still a lot of fun, and I'm really happy with some of the features that I did today, because looking at them on a GoPro on YouTube, it looked okay, but it's a whole other thing to see them in real life, some of the features. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks to Richard and Thomas for coming with me. Definitely would not have done some of the features that I did today if it wasn't for the fact that I was with others. That's always obviously important when you're doing things that are borderline your comfort zone or like pushing your limits, to always have someone there in case something actually happens. Thankfully it didn't, and we all got home safe and sound. So really happy with that. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and have a nice day.